So it's Friday, April 25th. I have plans tomorrow to go to Universal Studios with some of my friends. And I decided to head down like a day early. Not really sure what I'm going to do for a whole day. Probably find somewhere where I can kill some time. Just have to go around the whole fucking thing. Cool. Well, at least I got in the right lot. Finally here. Which is weird because this thing doesn't open for like another month. But like, so many people I know have been here so far that it's just kind of feels like I'm the last one. So by this point I've watched quite a few Epic Universe vlogs, and I knew when I went I wanted to do something maybe a little bit more casual than some of these ones that I've been seeing. Something that felt more real compared to a lot of these videos that just seemed like paid advertisements for the park. I arrived at the park before the gates opened at 10, so even once I was actually let into the park, there was nothing I could really do until it opened up to the general public at 11. So I ended up just walking around the gift shop for a while. I finally got this back in, so I can spend way too much on this today. That is weird. So that's like supposed to be the famous Monsters of Filmland style art, I guess, with all these. That's, well, no. It's a little expensive for a NECA figure. Honestly, not too bad considering what they go for now. That's expensive for that. Here's the creature figure. There's all of them. So, Monster, the Bride, Dracula, Wolfman, and Gillman. Some larger ones. I don't think those are NECA or anything. Those are just like their ones. And then their other stuff. I might need the Gillman for the collection. It's a lot, but yeah, I don't know. It might have to happen. Okay, that's actually kind of sick. Vampire steak, Van Helsing steak. That might also need to happen. Damn it. I thought I was going to get out of here without spending that much on merch. After a while, I ended up wandering as far into the park as I could go, which was just before the Super Nintendo Land. For the next clip, when we're finally allowed to go into the park, I tried to use both the front and back cameras on my phone together to capture my reaction to Dark Universe for the first time. Unfortunately, I didn't hold the camera far enough away, so the picture-in-picture isn't very good, but it's the footage I have. We're finally here. I try to like not be super hyped up about this, but goddamn. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. My plan had been to go directly to Monsters Unchained as soon as I was able to, but what I hadn't realized was that there was a delay at opening. The line moved for quite a while, kind of giving the illusion that people were going through the ride, but we did eventually get stuck.
This is way too sick. This is crazy. It's like the ultimate HHN house facade.
And shout out to the lady behind me for having a super loud phone conversation about all her vacation plans. I now unwillingly know more about your life than I do some of my best friends. And I'm gonna let the lion footage play a bit long here. Honestly, the amount of detail in the queue was half the experience to me, and I've been struggling to cut it down just because I like it so much.
Colin Clive. Elvira's couch. So I guess I got this totally wrong. So, got Alphonse at the bottom, then Henry, and then Wolf. I don't even see, is Ludwig just ripped off the map? I don't go. And then Peter, Bambi himself. Then we got another generation, another, and then there. So, I guess it is supposed to be like more modern day, not old timey.
Good news! The doctor is back on schedule! The doctor would like to apologize for any inconvenience and she thanks you for your patience.
Alright, so this is sick. This was, I think it was at Monster Palooza. I think it was like Mike Hill was the artist. I might be wrong about that. But I remember seeing this thing in videos of Monster Palooza. It looks like they just got it for here for the display as the original monster. I mean, like, videos don't do this thing justice. I don't want to leave. Just let me live here. So cool. Tell myself I wasn't just going to geek out over this whole thing. That's super. Scroll clock. That's awesome. Chill panel.
I'm Igor. My job is to get you through this experiment in one piece. This is a Catacombs Navigation Unit. All your little lampret and your little lampret friends get to ride one. The doctor will see you now.
Today, you chosen few will witness my greatest discovery yet. Together, we will finish what my great-grandfather started. Show them.
What's that?
Lower the lights, quickly. Now. These people are friends. See? There's nothing to be afraid of. He is amazing. Better than the original. Quickly. This will change your life. I'll join you in the catacombs. Please don't touch us.
Okay, that honestly lived up to every bit of hype I was expecting from it. Really, like, it did feel like the storyline was right out of an HHN house. Like, I could see them having done that. Or I think they kind of almost did. With that, like, that one year they did the Universal Monsters house where it was between both California and Florida to tell the whole story. Very, very cool. I think it's werewolf time. Okay, I was thinking from the other side, but like the fence around this just looks like it's recycled from Jurassic Park. 15-minute wait. Can't mind if I do. So we took out the werewolf thing. We took out the gender-specific language. We took out the prayers. Feels like the right modern twist on that. When the wolf's bane blue. Okay, we still got that. Moon is full and bright. Okay, so they're going with the later version of that, as opposed to the autumn moon is bright. Tarot cards and stuff. Curse of the Werewolf was fun, but very short. I think I need to do it without my sunglasses on too, so I can actually like see the animatronics. So the blades are not spinning, so I don't know if that means if they'll light on fire or not. But either way, I think this is my next stop, so let's go ahead inside. What are you doing?
Think you can come into the Monster Hunters Guild and we won't recognize you? Come on. I see the hair, I see the beard, I know what you are.
It's not a werewolf. I got bit by a lizard though. This happened.
Wow. Okay, so you're a were-lizard. This is interesting. I've never come across a were-lizard before. Do I have to be concerned about the were-lizard people?
I have no clue.
Okay, yeah, neither does Gregor, okay? But I just feel like I should get some fire and perhaps decapitate, okay?
Okay, yeah, no, that probably work.
As long as we're all on the same page.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right, good luck.
A little bit of everything. I mean, cooking it, but a couple of each kind of spirit. So our just takes this
Alright, so I went to the Burning Blade and got a Reaper's Reserve, which I guess is a land exclusive beer. And yeah, it's delightful. It's great. Definitely the right choice to make here. So I think I'm just going to drink this and wander around for a little bit. So I think we are looking at the original mummy timeline, because we got the from the tomb of Ankhsepunamen. I like the detail of the dirt on these boxes here. These coffins, freshly dug up. Also good to the service animal stations right next to the werewolf ride. That seems very intentional. I keep seeing people saying they want to do this at night, which makes sense. I mean, I've seen some videos from night and it looks great. But honestly, I kind of want to be here in a thunderstorm. I feel like that would be the mood, right?
Is it run this way then?
It would just feel right if it was pouring down rain. Dr. Jekyll Apothecary's shop. And the Lion's Head pub. Top of the Vampire Bar is a ship weather vane. I mean, I don't know, that's enough to call it a Demeter reference, but you know, it's close. And like the chimneys are boarded up with like stakes so vampire Santa can't kill anybody. Classic from Frankenstein movies, The Burning Monster. Big fan.
Oh! You are a person, not a fan.
Oh, true.
You are handsome.
Me handsome. Oh!
Why is Dracula on your shirt?
Dracula bad!
Dracula is bad. You should find a different shirt.
I knew I should have picked a different
This one should go down the well of Darkmoor.
Gotcha.
Pretorious.
You can get a new shirt from Dr. Pretorious' shop.
All right. Monsters Unchained round 2. It was at a 35-minute wait. I went to the single rider line. Basically walked right onto that thing. It was kind of crazy. So it basically skips everything in the single rider line, like no pre-show of any kind. You just basically walk straight on. So definitely would recommend going through the queue at least once, but it's very fast, or very minimal anything going through on the other side. I was going to go talk to him. Dr. Griffin, big fan of your work.
That's what they all say.
Is this apothecary a good place to get Monocaine, or you buy them all out?
Not at the apothecary. No. I've expanded my business.
Okay.
I've made a unique arrangement with the barkeeps at the Burning Blade.
All right.
There you can procure my Monocaine.
Nice. Recommend it then?
Of course I do.
Fantastic.
How else will we create chaos together?
Sounds like
Awesome. You have to go have it. And come see me when no one can see you.
Sounds like a plan. Okay, I ran in here so fast this morning, I gotta come look at this. Like they have the whole setup, so you follow the chain, look through the pulleys up there. I've never seen this movie. I watched it just to come to this park, and I don't think I ever need to watch it again. This is cool. So I don't know if I've seen too many people point this out. I need to look up what the bottom one is. I'll probably throw it in here if I can find it. But so Visaria up here is the town from, I think, Ghost of Frankenstein and Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. So it's supposed to be like a couple days away from the town of Frankenstein itself. I'm trying to see what it is. Duskboro, I don't know if that looks like anything. And then the top looks like, I don't know, like Bogtown or something. It was crossed out with a metal post. It was also worth noting, like, the nails are all like old school square head nails and stuff, which is just really sick. Definitely feels like it fits with, you know, that old time thing. Oh, they got like molds growing on the tombstones. We got some like werewolf scratches in here. I've seen plenty of people point this out, being the like Maria tribute with the flowers. Then we got, you know, just some kind of random other tombstones going throughout. And then this guy here, you do see in the graveyard of the original Frankensteins. This is like among the tombstones there. So this is definitely another direct reference to the old films. I do love the flowers they planted are you know, similar enough to the ones that get thrown into the lake. You have this grave that's basically all, not desecrated, but full of stakes. Don't want anything to rise back out. I like that they, you know, kind of continue up the tombstones up the hill, kind of looking like they just vanish into the forest. There's many more back there. We have our ripped open coffin. Initially, I thought this was supposed to be like a mole man thing, since that other cage has a mole man in it. But obviously something burst out from inside of this as opposed to going down into the ground. You see another grave popping out there. It's like the whole thing had like a kind of an earthquake or something. The whole ground moved. I thought the ride was gonna delve into this. I thought that was gonna be like part of, like, that's how the catacombs got explored. It's not what they did there, but I honestly thought that's what was gonna happen there. Backside of the portal looks pretty cool. We got a dead body up there on the lamppost. Undercroft down here. Frankenstein catacombs. This all ties into the ride. It's funny, I got all excited when I saw these coffin photo ops, and then I realized that I basically built one of these for the crypt, my buddy's tattoo shop. I mean, it's significantly larger than the one I built for the crypt, but it kind of serves the same purpose. If you look a little closer, you can see it's like the ground kind of erupted over here with the catacombs. So I think it's time for the one thing I haven't done over here yet, or one of the few things. Dr. Pretorious Store. I honestly wasn't sure if they were going to include anything Pretorious related in this land, but I'm glad they did. Those arrows up there. Chandelier is cool. Artificial heart from Bride of Frankenstein, the meter, measuring the beats. And Gotep sarcophagus. We got Ernest Thesiger up here, Dr. Pretorious himself.
Oh, yes.
Epic piss number 2, 8 out of 10. Okay, I thought I was going to be done with this land for right now, but I'm going to take a lap and see if he goes around since everybody else seems to be.
Come on.
Little reference to the original movie there. Oh, the blades are finally spinning now. I think people said it's like every 15 minutes or so these things seem to go off. I guess while we wait for the thing to go off, this is the Delancey's cottage. This is like the old blind man. This is like a snack bar. Guys came above the door. score from Daniel the Elfman. Very fitting, feels very classic. I mean, honestly, perfect choice for somebody to score this land. Very inside manner. Really just want to live there. Come back for the restaurant, so maybe Eagle will be around then. I also want to look. Can't really get to it with the meet and greets, but they do have like the chair from Bride Frankenstein or a similar thing to it. See, this is the side exit, so if you don't want to go back out through the portal, it's more like, you know, you go one way, both directions. I think it's supposed to be better for crowd control or whatever. But so cool. I'm gonna make myself walk away from this land for a little bit. But I'm definitely gonna be back here a little later. I believe the gates are kind of worn on this side. Got a shovel next to our grave here. So, digging up some bones. Because I spent so much time in Dark Universe, I'm going to put the clips from the other areas I visited within Epic Universe in their own video. So this is several hours later, but I'm now heading back into Dark Universe to close out the day. Alright, I was going to go on Stardust Racers, and I realized I haven't eaten since like 6 a.m. I didn't really have much then, so I think we're going to go back to Darkmoor, get lunch, dinner, whatever you want to call it at this point. And then maybe see if Stardust Racers is in the cards. I don't know. Like, I already know I'm probably going to have to come back. Sooner or later. Probably sooner than later. Do I just hang out in the monsters world? This is kind of tempting. Say this place is much more, much larger than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a tiny little shack. They definitely have capacity for a lot of people in here, and a lot of dead vampires. That's awesome. This is sick. Vines coming through. It's so cool. Back of my seat. Very cool. I'm not normally going to be the person that's going to film their food or whatever, but I had to get the steak with steaks, right? I did ask the server if this was holy water that came with it. There you go. Disney's got the backside of water, but this has the backside of tombstones. I never drink wine. Alright, so little cutouts on the benches here outside our little coffins. Right below staked vampires. So I guess this is outdoor seating for the Stakehaus. Also, I wanted to get the steak because it's the Stakehaus. Don't do that. It was pretty bad. For some of the other stuff's better. The vegetables were good, but the steak itself is very dry. Alright, so that's another cool detail. These light fixtures, sconces, are made to look like the candelabra or whatever it is, the candlestick holder thing that Bela Lugosi picks up in the original film. It's got that dragon shape to it. It's very cool detail. So this is a detail a lot of people have pointed out, but like you have come out of the planter here, human footsteps. You see him kind of walking through here, and then this one is up on like the ball of the foot, and then you start seeing werewolf prints, much further away from one another. I don't even know where it goes after that. They just disappear. But it's kind of a cool detail. I think I saw some other prints down this way as well. I was hoping to get on Curse one more time. I went on Frankenstein's Experiment again.
Attention, we are experiencing an extended setback. This delay could last a while, and we are unable to determine when the curse of the werewolf. Thank you for your patience and understanding.
Well, that's a bummer. I thought Curse was starting back up, but it is definitely still down. With an hour left, I kind of doubt it's gonna be back today. What do they got behind that thing? Michael Myers?
Oh yeah, man, that was a hell of a day. My spine kind of stopped wanting to work at the last hour there. The cool part is, I think, because I filmed everything using, or mostly using, the new lav mic, I might not actually have to go and do voiceover commentary crap for everything. I think I was actually able to talk at like a not obnoxious volume and get my thoughts out while I was actually in the park. So that's a game changer. I needed one anyway. Like, my audio has been all over the place lately on every video I've done. So having a more consistent source of audio input definitely going to help things. But yeah, I got back to the hotel, and or I got to the hotel. It was basically useless for a while, and then I went down to the pool for a good long while, and that definitely helped. Definitely feel more alive again. I'm realizing how burnt my face is. It's kind of embarrassing. Definitely a park that needs sunscreen, which I forgot. But now I'm trying to decide if I want to go to City Walk and get stuff for dinner and maybe see a movie, or if I'm just going to be real lazy. And lazy is winning, but I probably should go do something. So now you are seeing this video from the perspective of the framed photo on the wall at the hotel room. Also, is it just me, or is that light just like a coffee cup that's like overgrown? But yeah, I wanted to do a quick recap on the day. I started with Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment, then went to Curse of the Werewolf, went back into Frankenstein Experiment again, and honestly by that point I basically was able to do all but one thing or two things that I wanted to do in Dark Universe. So I got to meet most of the characters. I got super lucky because the bride and monster meetup thing, I don't know what you call that, like encounter, was going on basically right when I walked up. Like, I just kind of stumbled upon it, and I have to remind myself that most of the stuff I've seen from Epic Universe is all from the media preview day, but like, I believe that day was just the bride, so I was very excited to see both of them together. At the end of the day, I basically hit a wall. Like, I'm gotten a lot better, like, going through theme parks. I'm very used to studios and IOA, and I can walk around those all damn day long, and I'm usually fine. I don't know if it was the fact that I had a backpack full of stuff, and I definitely overpacked. Like, I really just needed my phone that I'm recording on, the lav mic, and the pistol grip thing I was using to hold it. I probably would have been fine. Oh, and the battery, like,
portable battery backups, because I definitely needed that because my phone got drained pretty fast. But I also brought the GoPro with me, and I got some okay shots, I think. I haven't watched them back yet, but like, probably could have done without it. Brought a bunch of other backup stuff, backup battery for the GoPro, like a bunch of other things that I really didn't end up using, so it just made the bag heavier. And I think just the way it like sat on my back, it got me. I don't know what. Like it got to a point where I was like, man, I am in pain. But before I head out of the park, I did go back to the gift shop at the exit of the Frankenstein Manor. That gift shop and the one up in the front of the park that I went to before the park opened for regular hours had kind of the same merch for Universal Monsters. There's a little bit expanded stuff in that particular store for things for like the Burning Blade Tavern, and I think a couple other little bits and pieces. And then the Pretorious Store had its own little collection of like lab equipment looking stuff. It looks very like Michael's Halloween stuff, like the craft store Michael's. It wasn't anything that like super called to me. So like all three stores had kind of the same things, but like were lacking one or two bits that the other ones had or whatever. But everything I needed to pick up from this place was at this one store, and I bought stuff both for myself, and then my friend sent me a list of things to grab for him. So I'll start with the stuff my friend got. He got the flask for the Wolfman. They basically had a flask for almost every character except for the Gillman. He had like a cup. But I honestly almost bought this one myself. I really like the design of it. I don't have any use for a flask, but it's a cool design with the pentagram symbol on it. It's got the wolf head cane as the topper on it. So that will like unscrew. And you can drink out of it or whatever. The detail on the wolf head is pretty decent for something like this. It does also have like a flat spot on the bottom, so it will actually like stand up. He also got the Dracula flask, which is just like a coffin-shaped flask. Some blood splatter on there, Dracula written out, and then a more simplified thing on the top to unscrew to drink. Should also mention these were $23 a piece. But they did take my annual pass to the old parks to use for a discount. And then the last thing he got, and is pretty much the only reason why I'm including it in this video, is because it's something I would probably never pick up. And might as well talk about it. Frankenstein's monster cosplay coat, jacket, whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of weathered on the bottom there. It's got a couple pockets, buttons up the front. This is made, basically it feels like a kind of medium-ish hoodie. Like it definitely gonna be warm in Florida wearing this. But I guess he's gonna cosplay as Frankenstein, or the monster. And this was $79. This is one of the kind of cool things they have. They have a makeup experience thing that you could also include it with like getting the costume bits, so you could fully cosplay the characters in the park. They have stuff for the Gillman, for the Wolfman, for Dracula, the Bride, and Frankenstein's monster. And depending on which character it is, kind of depends on what parts it is. So like the Frankenstein's monster has that coat, but also has like a shirt that looks like his undershirt, which is kind of unnecessary. To me, I know the shirt is more classic as the underlayer, but like even the walk-around character had it. But the one in the ride has the exposed chest with all the like autopsy scars on it. It would have been kind of cool to do a shirt that looked like that. Honestly, came this close to getting the Gillman swim trunks that they had. I guess that's the adult version. There's like a onesie for kids to wear for the Gillman, but for adults it's like a Under Armour type shirt with the print of the creature's scales on it, and then shorts that kind of continue that on, or swim shorts that continue that on. And then for my items, I got one piece that kind of continued on a purchase I made months ago on my other channel, Outside the Box Reviews. I did an unboxing where I went to Stella Nova. I always forget what the names of those hotels are. I think it's Terra Luna and Stella Nova, right? Whatever one opened first, I went to the shop and bought the Dark Universe figures that they had for sale. And initially they had 2 different boxes, and I guess they told me that there was a defect with one of the types of figures, so it got pulled from the shelves. But either they fixed it or they just put it back out. The Dracula and his bride set is now back and available. So this has more than the other one did, because it has alternate heads. And the other one was just 2 figures, and then Victoria had 1 accessory. So 1 more accessory than you got with the other one. But this is cool. It's definitely a nice thing to get. Like, these aren't great figures, and for $85, you're not getting a whole lot,
But I'm a big horror figure collector, and I think having that is just kind of a fun thing to have. And right along with that is my Sucker is Born Every Minute purchase. So NECA does a bunch of Universal Monsters figures. They've released a lot of them both in color and black and white, and they are notorious for repainting things, doing new versions, taking a figure they've already made like 5 times and slapping a new paint job on it. And for a while, the go-to was to do video game-inspired paint jobs. So they'd paint up figures to look like disgustingly ugly pixelated versions that appeared in video games, like, you know, Leatherface with a bright green body or whatever, or an alien with like a splotchy like pink and blue paint job on it. I don't say that those are really just stupid cash grabs. But then they put out a line of the Universal Monsters at Epic Universe that are painted to look like the famous Monsters of Filmland covers. So painted up to look more like that painterly style that appeared on those covers. Was it Basil Gogus or whatever, I think was the artist's name. And I have a dedicated shelf in my collection room to Creature from the Black Lagoon stuff. And while I don't know if at $50 a piece or $48 a piece, which really isn't a whole lot more than these things go for normally, but it is more. But, you know, I don't know if I'll complete the set. They have all the major monsters that are covered in the gift shop and everything. Like, I had to get this one, but the other ones are tempting. I just don't need to spend that money on them. But that was it for Epic Universe. Kind of mentioned before I was going to go grab some food and watch a movie. I did half of that, but it was an hour before the movie started. I wasn't going to sit around City Walk waiting for it, so I will do that some other day. So at this point, I don't really know if I'm going to film much tomorrow when I'm with my friends at the park. I don't really want to annoy them with me having the camera. I don't want to lug around all the camera gear again. You know, honestly, I love being able to go to the parks with just what fits in my pockets, so I may take a couple clips on my phone if I find something interesting. But yeah, that's it for my Epic Universe video. I honestly was like trying to redo this at the last minute. I kind of had plans to do a more generic, like showing everything off in Epic Universe video, and then I kind of realized that's been done to death already, and I tried to just do something that was more casual and, you know, just what I'm seeing and how I'm feeling about it, and, you know, hopefully that comes across well. But if you stuck this far, I really appreciate it. Please like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Honestly, I hate doing that stuff, saying that stuff, but you know, trying to build this channel up, so I gotta be a little shameless. But that'll do it for this one. I'll see you all in the next one. Later.